So, Thomas Tuchel has named his first England selection as the England national team manager. Now, I've seen the headline for this. There's going to be a lot of controversy with this, to say the least. But let's have a full rundown of who he has selected. And, yeah, like I said, controversial. I've seen the headline. And the headline is, I won't kind of skirt around that. The headline is that Jordan Henderson has been selected for England for the first time in a very long time. Jordan Henderson, who's a rather controversial figure in English football. He was booed the last time he played at Wembley for the Three Lions because of his move to Saudi Arabia. He's since been playing for Ajax, where to my understanding he hasn't really pulled up any trees or done much, to be honest. So how he has ended up being in the squad is kind of incredible. I mean, we had a go at Gareth Southgate for showing loyalty to players. Now, Tuchel doesn't have that loyalty really towards Henderson. He's never managed Henderson before, but to choose Henderson is a very, very bizarre decision. But let's have a look at the full squad. So we'll start with the goalkeepers. Dean Henderson, the less controversial Henderson, Jordan Pickford, Aaron Ramsdale, and James Trafford. I mean, the main surprise for me there is no Nick Pope. I thought Pope would have been in there. I know he's not favoured as much by most managers because he's not so great with his feet, but to choose Trafford and Ramsdale, I mean, Trafford having a great season, obviously, for Burnley down the Championship. Ramsdale having a very difficult time of things at Southampton, but I don't think it's really his fault. Some surprises at defence. Dan Burn getting called up for Newcastle. I mean, I'm not against it. I think he's a good player, but that's a surprise to see him there. Levi Colwill of Chelsea, Mark Gahey, Reece James, Ezri Konsa, Miles Lewis-Skelly. Good to see him get called up for the first time for England. I think he's been a revelation at Arsenal. Tino Livramento from Newcastle, Jarrell Kwanzaa, and Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's still in the England setup, which is exciting to see. Yeah, not really many major problems with the defence there. I think that's pretty bob on, to be honest. Some surprises in there, like I said, with Dan Burn, but nothing too egregious there, really. Midfielders, Jude Bellingham from Real Madrid, Eberiche Eze of Crystal Palace, Jordan Henderson, I've already had my word on him. Curtis Jones, Cole Palmer, Declan Rice, and Morgan Rogers, who's a bit of a forward almost, more of a winger, but yeah, good to see all those guys in there. But no Angel Gomez. I'm not sure if he's injured over at Lille. And no Conor Gallagher. Yeah, I mean, for me, El Bull has been nicknamed over in Atletico Madrid. I think he's a non-negotiable, really. I would 100% put him in the squad. I'm not sure why he's not been selected there, especially over Henderson. Get Gallagher in instead of Henderson. Henderson's useless, man. Come on. And he's not a very good person either, let's be real. From a professional and personal point of view, a very questionable choice there, to say the least. Up front, we've got Jared Bowen from West Ham, Phil Foden from Man City, Anthony Gordon from Newcastle, Harry Kane from Bayern Munich, Marcus Rashford from Aston Villa. Good to see him back in the England setup. I mean, again, people will criticise that, but I think he's been doing well in Aston Villa. I think he's a good shot to put in there. I'd certainly have him in there over Phil Foden or Jared Bowen personally. That's just my opinion. And also Dominic Solanke as well. Now, of course, Ollie Watkins probably would have been chosen, but he is injured at the moment for Aston Villa, so he's a surprising one that's not in there, but also not because of the injury that he picked up the other day in the Champions League. So yeah, surprising. I mean, the top comment on most of the posts that have been put out is Tuchel out. I mean, I will judge properly after we see this team in action. Some surprising announcements there, some disappointing announcements as well, I will be honest. Like I said, Jordan Henderson in that squad, he should be absolutely... Honestly, the Three Lions should not touch that person with an absolute barge pole. Listen, if he goes and performs, I'll give him his credit, but yeah, I don't think he's a particularly positive influence on that squad, and having him in instead of Conor Gallagher is scandalous in my opinion. It really is. But some positive inclusions in there. Miles Lewis-Skelly being in is good, of course. Dan Burns is a surprise one, but I think he could be quite good. Good to see the likes of Reece James getting recalled as well. But yeah, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Tuchel out, or are you happy with this squad? Or are you somewhere in between? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, keep it subscribed to thefootballchronicle.com to see much more content just like this on the world of football. And yes, don't worry, I'll be reacting to the England games when they come in the international break that's coming up. So yeah, see you soon, guys.